should warn you, I'm in a rambly mood. Hey guys, it's Stitching May here for my October video on this October the 26th. It's a Thursday and it is 11:06 p.m. I feel really awkward for some reason with the camera in my face tonight. I don't know why. I don't know. With the live videos, I have the interaction, so oddly enough, I'm not as nervous as with the camera sitting here. But I know that some of you guys really enjoy this format, and then some of you guys really enjoyed the live format. So I've decided that I'm just going to kind of take turns, do some videos live and some videos like this. That means there might be some overlapping, but that's just it. If you don't like the overlapping, just kind of fast forward. So I'm here. I'm going to start off with the stitching stuff. I've got some haul. I finished some progress. And then a life update. I'm going to do the life kind of at the end because it's going to be rambly, because it feels like it's been like 3 months since I've talked to you. But I think it's just because I've done the live video and I don't know, it's just been weird. So I will start with the cross stitch stuff. That way if that's the only reason you're here, you can see that and then click off and not have to listen to some of the rambling. And if you're here for it all, you can see it all. So I will start off with my finish, guys. I'm so stoked. So I had a goal set for this project, and the goal was going to be November, a November finish. I broke that wide open, and I finished 99 bottles. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that this project is done. I actually finished this before we left for the retreat, the week before. So this was done in time for mine and my husband's anniversary. It was our 9th anniversary. How fitting. Our 9th anniversary, and I finished 99 bottles. I had purchased a frame a while back ago that this will fit in at the Goodwill. It was completely just a, hey, I like this frame, and I purchased it, and then I found out that this fit. So we are going to attempt to frame this ourselves, using the pin stitch that Letitia showed on her video, and we will see how that goes. I am holding the right to you know, say no, we're gonna send this to your friend who's a framer at any point if I don't like it, even if after we get it framed I don't like it. But I'm so glad that this is finished, and this pattern will be passed along to my friend Kelly, who's been wanting this pattern since I started this pattern 6 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago. So it already has a new owner. It hasn't been passed yet, but she has laid her claim on it. But there it is. This was on 32 count even weave of some brand, and it's lamb's wool color. That's my go-to color, lamb's wool. There we go. There that is. And then I had a new start. Actually I had 2 new starts. I'll go with this one first. My first new start in my Momly bag is the Lakeside Needleworks. It is their specialty stitch. This is the top. See my handy dandy arrow. And it called for pinks and a bright green. I did not like those colors, so I started mine on with this turquoise. I think I'm using 3848, 3847, 3848, 3849, and then 3031. And what I did to choose these colors is they had a dark pink, a medium pink, and a light pink, and then a contrasting color, the green. So I chose a dark turquoise, a medium turquoise, a light turquoise, and then a contrasting color. This is actually the colors that our bedroom is done in, turquoise and browns. So this will go up in our bedroom when I'm finished. Part 1 was the border. Part 2 was this first little section. Part 3 were these diamond stitches. And then part 4 is this square that's going around here. I'm not quite complete with this one, and the new part comes out tomorrow. So I'm about to be behind. But there that is. I'm really loving this. This is supposed to be a weaved ray stitch, I think, and I did not weave it. I left mine just the plain like starburst. My weaving didn't look right. Everybody else came out with these nice kind of squarish, rectangular fan blade looking things. Mine looked like a 4-year-old tried to French braid her hair and got it in knots. So I decided not to do that, and I left mine just plain. So there that is. So far, I don't know which one's my favorite stitch. It would be either this Amadeus stitch, which there's an 80s song that I will not sing to you, but I sang it to myself the entire time I stitched these. If you're an 80s child, you probably know the Amadeus song, and I hope that it gets stuck in your head just like it was stuck in mine when I stitched this. That was one of my favorite because I love the look of it. And my second one was, even though I hated doing them, this broken sphere stitch. Once I learned them, they were easy and I liked them. Learning them was not fun. And then I really like this 2-color, whatever that one is. Again, I like the way the colors pop out for it. All the others are fun too. Those are just like the ones that like are really fun to me. But there that is. And this is a purple dragonfly needle minder from Brenda's Needle Minders. Brenda's Needles, Minders, and More, I think. She's got a Facebook group, and this fabric is just a plain cream 28 count, I think, ivory linen. No, even weave. I had a really pretty tea-dyed linen picked out that Mackenzie at the Lovely Array always talks about. It's a, what is it? It's Laguna, and it says it's an even weave, but then that particular brand adds in slubs to make it look like it's linen. So it's an even weave linen, and it made the stitches hard to do. I'm sure you could do it on linen if you wanted to, but I didn't like the way it looked. So there that piece is. Oh my gosh, y'all, look. And I won another Mommerly bag. I have one coming to me soon. So I'm excited about that. Okay. My next whip, I'm just going to do my next whip instead of my next new start. Oh, guys, I got this as a gift from the lovely Diana. It is Kismet Stitches. Look at this. It's got the clear vinyl. It's got these wonderful butterflies, moths, and these bird cages. It's perfect. I'm sure you saw Emily's. Emily's is a lot like this. I think she has one of her moths, kind of more of the center, but I love this bag. And I also got a needle minder from her as well, and a notebook that's in my purse. I can't show you that because I've got all kind of notes in it. But mine is Percy. So we all three have a ghost. Emily's and Diana's have the crown over the head. Emily's named, I think was hers Dudley? Mine was, I don't remember all the names. But anyway, mine was the overachiever, because when I on my flight, I was like nervously excited, which had made Emily's ghost tired, and Diana's ghost was upset because he had ate too much cheese. They all had their own story. There was Dudley, Percy, and I don't remember the other name. I'm horrible with names. Even made up names. That's why I can't name my projects, because I'm horrible with names. I forget it. I get my dog and my kid mixed up all the time. And my husband and my kid mixed up all the time. So it's horrible. I'm horrible with names. So my next whip that I've worked on is the water wheel that my sister got me, that I'm loving to do. But it's been a bear. But this is what I worked on. I worked on this one some this month. And this is stitched on 32 count lamb's wool Wiltshire linen. And this is where I've gotten. This is how far I've gotten. How the proper way of saying it is. It's just here. It doesn't look like a lot of progress because most of it is in this rock work of the building. And most of it is in the back work of the rock work. The back stitch of the rock work. Which is really hard because it doesn't have any rhyme or reason. Most of it goes like with the rocks. But then some of them, because the rocks are faded, it crosses over rocks and crosses over colors. But there that is. And I did go ahead and do some of the roof, some of the blocks of colors here and there to kind of just break that up, break up the monotony of the back stitch. I am kind of stitching as I go. The good thing is the only back stitch I have is really in this building. And so I've got to do the front of the building and then the side of the building. But there are 2 big windows and a big door on the side. So about only half of this will be the rock work and the back stitch. So that will make it a lot easier. And there that is. This is probably my favorite fabric, this 32 count witch linen. It's very stiff. I know some people don't like that, but it does soften up over time after it's handled. There's that whip. And that is one that I can only stitch on for so long. And I don't have, because of the back stitch. Once I get through that, I don't think it'll be that hard. I don't have a needle minder on this one. Guys, I can't talk tonight. I'm stuttering and stammering. Wearing my Jimmy Flosstube t-shirt. I didn't take it to Austin. I was trying to pack light so I wouldn't have to check a bag. So I took leggings and t-shirts. And I didn't think that I could wear this t-shirt with leggings. I can't pull that look off. And my next new start is for the Tracy P. birthday sale. And it's the Plum Street Samplers Brouhaha. I can't show you a finished piece because it's just it's a freebie on their site. And it's just the pattern. But you can go to Plum Street's website, their blog, and you can get the free pattern. I am stitching it on. This is the tea-dyed linen that I was going to stitch the specialty salon. I had it measured out and serged. And then it didn't work for that piece, but it was the perfect size for this piece. So here this is. I don't know. I think you're seeing through it. Let's hold something up behind it. I don't have my white cardboard. I feel so out of practice. There that is. This is an angel needle miter that Marlene sent me, gifted to me. And I am stitching it in the charted DMCs because I'm just not creative enough to switch out all the colors yet. I'm getting braver and braver with that though, I'm trying to. But here that is. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to stitch on the top. That'll be a surprise for the end. And I've yet to decide. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If I'm supposed to finish it or if I'm just supposed to send it in as is and let her finish it. I have an idea of how I would finish it if I finish it. I have to talk to her and see what she prefers. So there that is. I'm a little bit late. I don't know that I'll get it in time for her birthday, but it'll be there shortly after. But there that is. And that is it. I have the TV playing in the background, so if you heard a howling, it's probably the TV. I've got it playing to where my son can just hear. He's asleep, but if he wakes up, he hears the TV playing and he knows I'm here somewhere. And the other new start is one that I can't show you. It is a SAL. It is through Connie G Designs. Guys, I found out that there are a lot of stitchers, not local, but close enough, like an easy day's drive. So we meet halfway and we stitch at a restaurant. We have a lot of fun. And I am lucky enough to get to stitch with the designer behind Connie G Designs. She has an Etsy store, which is Connie G Designs. Hang on, I'll tell you I'll put the links in the down bar. But also, I'll go ahead and tell you, her Etsy store is Connie G's Designs. You can get, she also has a Facebook page called Connie G Designs. And then there's a Facebook group for her called Connie G's Designs, Connie G's Stitchers. So she did a SAL this year. It was a 12-part SAL. She has a bunch of freebies and a bunch of charts also on her Etsy shop. And they range from like kind of mandalas, not like the chatelaine mandalas with all the specialty stitches and stuff, but they kind of like for the variegated threads, but they're all whole cross stitch and it makes the mandala kind of like the ink circles, but not so zentangly looking. They're amazing. You'd have to look You'd have to look at her site to see them. They're amazing designs, great prices too. But she is doing a sale that starts in November, a stitch along, and we get the border and then the first square in November. And then after that, we get one a month starting in January. And it's going to go for 2 years. So there are 25 squares total. And the one I'm doing, I think, is going to end up about 10 by 10. And I'm doing it on 14 count or 28 count linen. But nonetheless, I'm kind of doing the model stitch for it. So I got to get the chart before advance, the entire chart advance. And I'm trying to get ahead of the game to where she can use my pictures for the release. Hopefully. We'll see how this goes. She's like, no pressure. It's, you know, I'm really excited though because it's an amazing pattern and I have all 25 pieces. It's a little overwhelming when you see all 25 pieces. But it looks like a lot of fun and I definitely think you guys should check it out. Like I said, go to her Facebook page or her Facebook group or her Etsy store and you can, the actual sale is in her group and it is a free sale. So I'm doing 2 free sales now, so that's always fun. But it is a mystery, so we'll get one a month starting in January. But I can't show you that because it's hers and she wants it to be a surprise for everybody. So I will show you the pieces after each block after they're released. So that's it for starts and finishes and whips. So on to haul. One of the things I did purchase was from Jan's Needle Necessities. I'm sorry, Jan's Stitching Necessities. She's got a group on Facebook. I got this bag. I've been watching for this fabric and it had sold out and then she contacted me and told me she had gotten more and I got the biggest bag she makes. Guys, this bag is huge. I took this to Austin and took all 5 of my, I took 4 cross stitch pieces in this one and then 1 small one in a bag that was in my purse to where I could keep it, you know, in my lap for the plane ride. Which I didn't stitch because I left needles on the way. I didn't have any needles on the way to Austin. So I watched Will and Grace instead on the little in-flight TV. But this fabric is amazing. It's got butterflies and dragonflies. There's a lot of dragonflies. And this beautiful flower. I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of daisies. I know it's not. You flower ladies will be able to tell what it is. I kill potted plants, so I can't tell you what it is. And then the interior fabric is that same flower. But I've become a project bag junkie. Thanks, Mama Lee. And then I finally got in the mail my Picture This Plus fabric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 pieces. They're all 32 count because that's my favorite size. I got 2 of these in Legacy. This one. Just a nice neutral light brown. And these are all the 13 by 18 pieces, the Belfast. And this one. And even though they're the same, they're a little bit different. Like even though they're the same color, this one's a little darker than the other one was. I love their fabric, guys. I love that it's color fast too. And then I got some Barnwood. This is a beautiful purpley gray brown. I love this piece and I already think I know what I'm going to stitch on this one. There is a mandala by Ink Circles that's done in white. I think I'm going to do that on this. I think that will really pop on this fabric. And then I got Eek. I don't remember getting this one. I really don't. But I have a Halloween piece that will stitch on this. Just a solid black Halloween piece. Orange and grays. And then, so I said 32 count lamb's wool is my favorite fabric, but I think I have a close contender. This is their Oaken. This is their new 2017 color. It's called Oaken. Guys, this is amazing. Look at that color. I hope it's coming out right. It's a medium brown color. I'm afraid it's coming out peach just because of the way the light's hitting it, showing through. But it's this beautiful mottled medium brown. I love it. So I finally got my picture of this plus fabric, and I realized that with the way it works, with the discount that I got, it was pretty much buy 4 get 1 free for the size that I got. So when I wasn't gonna get the 5th one, I was like, but no, I need to get the 5th one because I think I had to pay like a couple dollars for it. So with the discount, so that is, guys. Remember, this is a few months worth of stash, and this was bought all the way back in June. So Christmas in July. I'm just now getting it. And then of course I got my wonderful installment of color and cotton flosses. I finally put them today in a box, and I'm trying to figure out how to store them. I saw Tracy P's live video, and I think I'm going to steal her U-line baggie, crinkle, her U-line baggie, her drug dealer baggies, as somebody called them. And then her IKEA boxes for my specialty threads, because that's just too perfect. It's small, compact, and then you can sort them by brand, and you don't have to have the big containers. I think that's what I'm going to do. But here are this month's installment. This one's called Golden Mum. Look at that beautiful yellow color. Tart Apple. These colors are amazing. Fig. This one's Tangled. Hearth. It's kind of a light grayish purple. And then Salvia, which is a purpley pink color. That's so pretty. I love these colors this month. I love all the colors, and I love that they're DNC, they're cotton, they're overdyed, but they're color fast. And I'm hard on my projects, so I had to be able to wash my projects so that, look at those colors together. I don't even, that's a happy blend. Just enough bright, but then some kind of muted colors. Oh, so beautiful. So there those are. And that's my monthly subscription. And then I was gifted, sorry. Yes, it's 11 and I'm still drinking coffee. It won't keep me awake. This coffee was from 3 o'clock this afternoon. I warmed it up again. Look at this cup. I got this at our gift shop. I've decided I'm going to start collecting random mugs. And this mug is huge. It holds 2 cups of coffee. And I love that it says blessed, thankful, and grateful. Love it. My coffee is perfectly room temperature. So at the retreat, Angela from Gibbs Girl Stitches gave us a grime guard. This is an 8x8. You could either choose from an 8x8 grime guard or I don't know what size scroll rod cover. But guys, this fabric is not the normal cotton. It almost feels like flannel. Like that coarse flannel, which means like it's going to stand up, and it's amazing. And the elastic's so good. I love the colors. It's got little buttons. They're all the same. Love this grime guard. And thank you, Gibbs Girl. And then I got a few needle minders. Somehow I managed to lose my Flosstube needle minder. Flosstube Retreat Needle Minder 2017. I don't know where it went. I had it stuck to my lamp beside my table or beside my stitchy spot in the living room, and it's not there. Thinking my husband cleaned up and moved it, and I don't know where he moved it to, and I'm gonna have to find it because I'm really disappointed. It was turquoise too. So I have that one somewhere in my house. And then I got this Austin one, and this is the one that I was supposed to get, but instead I got that gilt quote one. And it says, everything in moderation, including moderation. Julia Child. Love that quote. And then I picked up this little mandala one. I thought that was so pretty. And then on to my hot pattern haul. Okay. One of these charts is from a couple months ago. Some of these are from a huge lot that I got. And I did a live video of the entire lot. But I picked out some of my favorite charts from that lot to show you guys. Just in case you don't want to watch the live video, I can show you my main favorite ones and the reason I got the lot. And then some of them are from the the clearance area and when we went on vacation. Some of them are from the stash and grab table from the retreat, and some are from Under the Sea Fabrics. Leslie, she has some charts there. Some of these are from there. And then I have a question about some charts that I'm hoping you guys can answer. Let's start out with this one. This one I purchased way before the retreat. It is Birds of a Feather by Brenda Gervais. It was a 3-month or 3-part stitch along. And I purchased all 3 charts. And I will show you what it's going to look like in the end. I love this piece. But that's what it looks like when it's done. And I may try to choose my own color for this one, guys. Just kind of wing it and go. I think I'm going to try to use my color and cotton pieces and just go with it. Stay tuned for that. I'm hoping that's going to be a start next year. But it's so pretty. But that's Brenda Gervais. I don't know if you can still get it or if it's out of print, but I got mine on eBay. All 3 charts. And then I got this on clearance. We went on vacation before the retreat and I went to Dixie Darling and I got this. It's by Lottie Da. It's just my little sampler. It's got a little house and the ABCs, some flowers and a bird, and it says worked by Lori Markovi in the year 2013. So I think I'm going to change it. I don't think I'm going to be Lori Markovi. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to buy Megan. Okay, on the stash and grab table, I got this Pure in Heart hanging pin pillow. It's got a sheep and an alphabet, and it's got all the fabric, chart, and flosses, and the finishing pieces too. And I was about to put this back because I was like, I don't think I can finish it. And then Kismet Stitches, or Diana, told me that if I stitched it and sent her the stuff, she would make it for me. So I'm going to get it professionally finished. And then on to the ones I purchased from Leslie. Some that I have been looking at for a while. One is the Plum Street Sampler Cinnamon Stars. Guys, ever since Tara Stitches did this, I've wanted to do this. So I finally purchased it. Cinnamon Stars. Love it, love it, love it. And I think I'll do it with the DMC. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. More rock work. Look at that rock work. But this is not all back stitched. And even if it was, there's just more defined. So. And then another Plum Street Samplers. This is Stories to Live by Eve. It says, Eve, oh Eve, she hid from God's eyes, was beguiled by the serpent who fed her lies. Genesis 3. This is my Sunday school lesson. Mary Bard, age 11, 1836. And I think I will leave that name there because, I don't know, I just like that. And then, okay, so I thought the camera turned off, but it didn't. So I don't know how I'm going to edit that out. You may get a really weird ending, choppy ending. But anyway, also on the stash and grab table was a chatelaine. Oh my gosh, guys. And I know that I complained about the hard copy of my chart and how I can't see it and it's so hard to stitch and it's causing me not to be able to stitch it as fast, etc., etc. But I looked at this chart before I grabbed it and it's not as cluttered as the mini mandalas. So I'm hoping I'll be able to stitch this from this hard copy. And it's not as many specialty stitches. Guys, this is beautiful. And it turns out that Cheryl, the Wayside Stitcher, is who brought this. So I even know the person that brought it. So, but it's got these beautiful butterflies on it. And it was just, and then the blues and the pinks and the purples. I don't know, it's just perfect. So it's called Polar Lights. It is Chatelaine 019, the hard copy. And I am so excited about this one. Once I finish my mandalas, this will be next. And then the lot that I got. So I was on eBay and I found this lot kind of by accident. Just flipping through. And as I scrolled in and zoomed in really far on the pictures, I realized that there were 3 out of print, at least 3 out of print charts in this lot. And I had to have it. Had to have it. So I started bidding, and then I hit my max price, and I was like, oh, that's it, it's gone. And my sister was sitting here, and she said, add a certain amount of money, and I'll pay up to adding that point, you know, like I will throw in this much money for Christmas. So I bid up, and kid you not, in the very last second, like it was, I was winning it at a certain amount, and at the very last second, it popped up like 12 bucks. So somebody else had had their reserve waiting for the last second to go. So anyway, I ended up winning it, and I got 48 charts, and I paid less than $2 a piece. If I do the math out, I paid less than $2 a piece for them. And some of them, a few of them are kitted up with flosses, and some of them even have fabric. And like specialty fabric, not just fabric. So the main ones that I got this for, remember, less than $2 a piece. The Primitive Needle, Kindred Spirits. You guys have seen Trisha at 3 Owl Threads is stitching this right now. Absolutely love this pattern. Again, one that I think I'm going to choose my own colors on. Love this one. Because it calls for Noir, which is a black, Carrot Cake, which is orange, and Kiwi, which I assume is a green. And I think I have those colors, like in specialty flosses, so. And then a second Primitive Needle. This one is called Salem Witch. So I can now participate in the Salem Stitchers. And then I got this one right here. Wee Beasties Part 13, The Mother of Pearl Morpho. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. Another one of my Pangea charts. Lori and I think now Diana, we're trying to team up together and get all of them and just kind of pass them around to each other. Love this one. Oddly enough, this arrived at my house while we were on vacation. My sister went through it, and this was her least favorite chart. I was like, that's one of the whole reasons I got it. When I zoomed in and saw this, and then there were other charts, I was like, okay, I have to have that lot. I have to have it. And I knew how much this went for, so I was a little more lax with how much I would spend on it. That's the first time I ever bought that large of a lot that wasn't like at the Goodwill for like $3. And then this is not, I didn't really know that this one is in there, but I fell in love with it. And this is Three Gables by Cricket Collection. And I'm going to offer this one to Emily when I'm through stitching it. So, let's see if she wants. I don't know if she does or not, but. Now, last and not least, I have a question for you guys. I told you guys to ask me questions, and instead I'm asking you questions. Because I have no clue what this is, and I want the other ones. But I can't find any information on them. These are folios. My Journey's End Companion. This is Spring Folio, which is number 2. And I have Winter Folio, which is number 1. These were in the lot. And I contacted the seller, and the person only ever owned 2 of them. Apparently there are 4 and then a Christmas. Is what I read somewhere. In the back, they've got a winter, a spring. They did a summer and the autumn. And they also have a Blue House sampler, the Honey Bee sampler, My Love for You sampler, and Lullaby sampler for Ben. They are designed by Tanya Marie Anderson. I can't find these anywhere. But these are amazing. They're set up like a journal. So randomly it'll tell about some form of needlework, and then it'll have a pattern to go with it, and it doesn't have any finished pieces, so I can't really show you the chart. They're easy to read charts, multiple page charts, but like the crown motif in needlework, and it talks about what that is and why it's there. And then it has a Plum sampler. And then it's got Crazy for Daisies, and it talks about daisies. But then there's not a daisy sampler. I don't know where that one went. I don't know if it's missing or what. Then it talks about colors and dyes. It's like it's set up like a journal, but then it's also got Stitchworks in it too. And it just says, have you ever kept a journal? Whether you desire to document a child's birth, record notes from a favorite book, or outline the goings-on of your day, a journal can bring memories to paper with the stroke of a pen, and it lasts a lifetime. I received a diary for Christmas when I was a child, and every year afterwards, I have put pen to paper to welcome each new year, writing down my thoughts, my dreams, and my journeys. I have quite a collection of journals. It is fascinating to go back and read entries I wrote through the seasons, through the years. When my son Ben was born, I wrote faithfully in his baby book and documented his first. That journal is ongoing. Looking through these pages and pictures brings life to his new life and into ours, and fulfills my heart with memory. My hopes for my Journey Ends companion are to journal and illustrate the seasons through sampler and verse. May winter folio embrace your heart with the joy from December through February, and bring a tranquility that spring will come. So it's kind of like a stitchy journal, kind of. But I want the other ones. So if you know anything about these, please let me know below about them, so I can find them and then covet them as out of print charts, and probably end up complaining because they're too expensive to find. The gentleman had several more lots that went for sale, and guys, they went for like 3 and 4 times what I purchased my lot for. I showed my husband that too, to show him how good of a deal I got, because at first he's like, you're spending how much? And I'm like, but look. So then when the other lots went for a lot more, I showed him that, and he was like, okay, you really did get a good deal. So that is everything with this video. Sorry that it's kind of stiff. I feel a little awkward in it. I don't know if it was as awkward for you. But that's it for stitching wise. As far as my life update, guys, October has been a blur. We started off the first week. My husband Connor and I went on vacation up to Pigeon Forge, and we stayed at the Wilderness, which is a resort that's got like 2 or 3 water parks. We only saw 2 of them. Restaurants, a bar, putt-putt, arcade. Like, we did not have to leave the resort. And in fact, I think I only left it once, and that was to go to the stitch store and then to a restaurant. Other than that, we had room service. It was amazing. And then we came back on that Thursday, and then that Friday I washed and packed again, and I left for Austin, and that was the weekend we were in Austin. Guys, that retreat was amazing. I can't explain it. It was so much fun. Flying was not at all as bad as I thought it was going to be. Between Emily, Diana, and Cheryl, I was fine. It was wonderful. However, my husband and Emily both kind of hid from me the fact that when we were flying back, we would be landing in a tropical storm. Yeah. We had 58 miles an hour wind, I think is what the captain said when we came in for our landing. And I was really shocked at how smooth it was. We did have a couple little bounces, you know, but I was expecting it to be a lot worse, and it was fun. I loved it. I will definitely fly again. And then I stayed off because I didn't work again until that weekend. So then I had the rest of that week off. And then that Thursday, Lori and I went to Atlanta, and my other coworker went to Atlanta for a Garth Brooks concert. One of my first big concerts ever. My friend and I got there early. We walked around the city. We stayed the night and left the next day. I don't know if y'all don't follow country music, you won't know it, but there were some sound issues, a lot of unhappy fans. The sound was not what it should have been, but Garth put on a great concert. He worked his little hiney off, his cowboy hiney off, I think is what I said. I had a lot of fun with who I was with. The sound could have been better. And leaving the Mercedes-Benz Stadium was horrific. Oh my gosh. Lori was my saving grace. Kid you not, it looked like The Walking Dead at one point. There was no floor. People were everywhere. They had to turn off the escalator because there was no room for us to get off the escalator because there was no room. I think there were like 80,000 people leaving out an exit of like one exit of like 15 doors. It was ridiculous. Anyway, And then we came back to reality, had to go back to work, and Connor wrapped up his T-ball. And then we've had pumpkin patches, which I've been to today. I went to the pumpkin patch with my kids, so pardon my poofy frizzy hair. I slapped on a little more makeup to do this video because I didn't want you to think I had my Halloween costume on early and didn't want to scare you. So I'm in my pajamas, my Jimmy Flosstube t-shirt. But anyway, we did all of that. And now we're just kind of settling back into reality. And there was a bit of a down, like, I don't want to say a down because I don't want to call it depression, but definitely a kind of a crash and burn after the retreat and the concert and the vacation. But kind of getting back to normal. Now it's time for the holidays. Can you believe this year is gone? But we had a lot of fun in October. Hope to get a lot of stitching in November, and hopefully we'll maybe have some kind of finish on something. I don't really have any projects that are close to a finish, but we'll see what I can do. And I'll be doing my plans for 2018 soon. I am now to the good thanks to my Lakeside sampler, finishing each little section off. I am $2 to the good finally. I've been behind at least $25 every month until now, and I'm $2 ahead in my Stitch from Stash budget. But I don't know when my next video will be, and I don't know if it'll be live or if it will be like this. But as always, thanks for watching, and you guys take care.